Why is Destiny so mediocre and why will it continue being mediocre? And this is coming from someone who loves Destiny, man. Like, I'm not even kidding. Just look at my playtime. I genuinely think that I might just be Destiny's top glazer.
It's not clocking to that I'm standing on business.
But even I can see and realize that this game has been very mid for a lot of years. I mean, like, just look at the Steam reviews. Like, actually, pretty much Destiny's best DLC is sitting at a mostly positive right now. And you guys, I know technically it's not that bad. Like, it's 79%, I think. But you have to realize that this is the best reviewed DLC Destiny has to offer. There's one more DLC sitting at a mostly positive and the rest is either mixed or mostly negative, which is like very sad to see, man. Like, actually very sad to see. And something that's even sadder is that we will never ever get a DLC like Final Shape ever again. Like they said it themselves, the new DLCs are going to be Shadowkeep size. So in terms of size, we are definitely not getting anything near, you know, Final Shape. In terms of quality, it's possible. But knowing Bungie, it feels like it's going to be in another pattern, you know. They do something good, which is Final Shape, and then they're gonna do something bad. For example, episodes. Which this might mean, you know, Edge of Fate is gonna be really, really good. But that is literally speculation. I don't know if it will be good. I hope so, but like past patterns haven't really proved that, you know, because of course we had Beyond Light. People didn't really like Beyond Light because of vaulting, blah blah blah. Then the year after that, what did we get? The Golden Witch Queen. I absolutely love the DLC. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, because I am trying to reach 500 subscribers very, very soon. And you guys could help me by liking and subscribing, of course. And if you don't do that, I'm gonna stand on business, okay?
You weird.
And I don't think it's clear to you that I'm standing on business right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna continue. Let's continue. But you guys, let's not forget what happened after Witch Queen. Yes, Lightfall, okay? Lightfall happened. And I don't think I even need to say it, so I'm gonna let my other videos speak. They're up on the screen right now. But after Lightfall, what happened? Final Shape, yes. And what did we all think about Final Shape? I know. Yep. Let me hear it. Yep, I know. In my personal opinion, the best DLC there is. But the real question is, like, will this game forever just stay mediocre or will it ever improve? Because the thing with Destiny is, as I said earlier, it's going to be ups and it's going to be downs. Which is with pretty much everything in life, but with Destiny, it's almost like it's just bound to happen. And with this question in mind, I want to bring up something very recent, which is the developer interviews. Esther Cross made a video, you know, pretty much summarizing all of the different developer interview, where they just kept talking on and on. Question about a possible new feature that could be brought into Destiny, you know, something which players are looking forward to, and Bungie's response to pretty much every single time was, there are no concrete plans. Oh, not right now. Oh, but we're looking to add something like this. Oh, but we're that in the future. There's always something good coming with Destiny. But then when that new feature comes, what's gonna happen? We want a new feature. And as soon as we get that new feature, we're going to want something new again and again and again. And it just keeps going on, you know. But a very common theme with Bungie is that they there's always something coming in the future. That's why, because every time the game is in a, you know, pretty low state, that's exactly the time that we're going to have a reveal trigger or a reveal event. Because as soon as that reveal event is up, hope is back. Hope is already back. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a contributor to exactly what I'm talking about right now, because I did make a video where, you know, Destiny was in a pretty low state a couple weeks ago. And then literally all they did, like, I'm gonna be honest, this is exactly why I called myself a top 3 glazer of Destiny. But all they did was bring up a picture, okay? A picture of the Edge of Fate, and they said a reveal was coming. I think it was June 6th or May 6th. I don't really remember. But my immediate response, which is wrong, okay, I can't lie, it is wrong, was to make a thumbnail with that exact picture and say, we are so back. I don't know why I did that, but I was just very hyped, okay. But you know, you could pretty much summarize this game by saying we are so over and we are so back. Those two things are probably the most sad things in the Destiny community. And I'm going to come back with an actual example for something where Bungie does something good and then they mess it up doing something bad again. Pretty much the inevitable Destiny cycle, okay. Last year we had a 6-month delay for the Final Shape, and something to fill that, you know, 6-month void, they released Into the Light a free update, blah blah blah. We all know the story. They brought good activities. They brought Onslaught, something very new. Then they also brought Pantheon, very cool. Now with Onslaught, what did they do with the weapons? They made the weapons time gated, which was like 1 weapon per week or 2 weapons, I don't know. But then they saw the backlash and then they were like, okay, we're gonna reverse this. there was no more time, or at least there was still time gating, but it was like less impactful, I guess. And then with Pantheon, I don't think anybody had even had anything to complain about Pantheon. It was a pretty good activity. Then tell me why Rite of the Nine just released, okay? Because there's also a pretty big, you know, void we have for the next expansion. So they had to make another update, okay? I think this is a free update as well. So they made another free update for the actual void. Tell me why they make the same mistake of time gating, and this time not weapons, okay? This time they time gate the actual activity. How would, like, bro, a year prior to this you had the exact same problem, but on a less worse scale than what you have than what you did this year around. When I first heard about Rite of the Nine, I thought it was going to be pretty much the same as Pantheon, but then for dungeons, you know. Then it released and it was not like dungeons at all. I honestly thought, like, I saw one dungeon in the directory, which I think the first week was like Spire of the Watcher or something. Bro, tell me why. I thought there were going to be more dungeons than only one. I thought if you completed Spire of the Watcher, you were going to unlock the next dungeon and then so on and so forth. But we got the news that it was going to be 3 weeks of one single dungeon. How? Bro, nah, that was the worst thing ever. Then after a ton of backlash, they actually made the time less from 3 weeks to 2 weeks, which is still kind of insane. But at least it's better than, you know, 3 weeks. But basically what they did with this event was make a tutorial level for the dungeon. But not only that, they also made one harder difficulty for the dungeon. So it's like everybody can do something, you know. But even still, okay, in my honest opinion, the event is still a good event, okay, but it's like pretty underwhelming. Like, just imagine, like, they had the blueprint for Pantheon, right? Just imagine if they made the exact same thing, but then for dungeon bosses. I don't think literally a single person would complain about something like that. Like, okay, probably one person is saying like, oh, this is just Pantheon, but then with dungeon. Like, yes, that's the point, okay, but it isn't. It isn't. And I don't only want to say bad things about Destiny, because it is still a fun game. Like, I still enjoy my time here. I am going to say, like, one thing that they did well was remove the actual paid seasonal content. So it's only like pretty much seasonal stuff. Like, the actual gameplay is free. Like, you don't have to pay for that anymore, which is very good. And usually it was, if you wanted to play all of the content in 1 year, you would have to pay like $100 plus probably like the dungeon key, which was $20. Now there's no more dungeon key, of course. There's no more seasons. There's only 2 DLCs, and the only paid content is the 2 DLCs actually. So, you know, it's now 2 times $40, so $80, which, you know, is actually kind of shocking. Bungie makes you pay less for the same content. Okay, maybe it's not the same level of content, but who knows. But after saying something good about Bungie, I'm gonna say something bad again, okay? It almost seems like they don't want people to care about the game. Almost seems like they don't want to try. Like, they don't care if people don't care. Like, they don't want people to care about some stuff. For example, like, this might just be the prime example. Gambit, okay? Gambit. Are you like, brother? Gambit cannot even be considered part of the game anymore. Maps are non-existent. PvP maps also, by the way. I don't know if there is any mention of a new PvP map. But we got those 3 maps in Into the Light, of course. And then after that, it was just like radio silent. I don't know. I don't really keep up with the TWAPs anymore. But then also, they heard people complain about, oh, well, we don't really want to go back to the older planets because there isn't really something, you know, to do. So we don't really, we don't really look at the planets, basically. Besides the campaign, of course, you know. Like, they complete the campaign, then boom, we're done with the planet. Bungie's response was that they pretty much stopped making a actual physical planet on the directory map. Now Kepler is going to be launching with no planet in the directory. It's going to be a line of text, and you're going to click on the text and you're going to the planet, I guess. Which, this was just very weird. It's such a small thing. I don't know what, like, why would you remove something like this? But that pretty much concludes me ranting about, you know, Destiny. One thing I still have to say that they're doing good, you know, is reusing old content. What? And of course, Bungie gets trashed on a lot for reusing old content, but me personally, I think sometimes it's okay. Like, they reuse the content in pretty creative ways. For example, the Pale Heart, if you actually go back into the campaign, there's a lot of reused assets, but it's almost like lore accurate, I guess, reused assets. I don't know. Like, the reason pretty much a lot of stuff was reused was because the Traveler looks at the outside world, and then kinda the inside of the Traveler is modeled around the outside world, because I don't know. The only thing I know is that they had a lore reason for actually reusing old content. And then, of course, also in the Edge of Fate, they have like the Solo Ops, Fireteam Ops releasing, which is going to take place in a lot of old spaces. For example, like EDZ, you have one weird place where you never go, they're going to use that exact place to make a new, smaller mission, you know? Which in my opinion is very good reuse of older assets, right? I have heard though that the solo ops isn't really good from the people that have played it. That is just like a small, very small lost sector thing. I don't know. And it's probably even smaller than the last sector with only having like 10 enemies. I don't really know. I think it was Caro. Shout out Caro if he was the one that said it. I think it was him. He said that it only had like 10 enemies. It's very... I don't know, man. It's just very sad. And also on the new destination, there's also no new lost sectors. Like, and they did that for especially for the solo ops and stuff. So solo ops were pretty much replacing the you know, lost sectors that were supposed to be coming, but you know, didn't come in the DLC, which is extremely unfortunate. Because me personally, I really love the lost sectors on the newer destinations. For example, like Witch Queen, they were getting... Starting in Witch Queen, they were getting better, okay? In Lightfall, super unique. You had the Trigger Dome, and then in Final Shape, also very good lost sectors. Which instead of like smaller patrol spaces, they started feeling like smaller missions. But as a top 3 Destiny Glazer, I want to see this game do good. Like, a lot of Destiny players say this. We just want to see the game thrive and stuff, you know? But it almost seems like Bungie themselves don't want the game to thrive. And I don't really want to talk like this. Like, I hate talking bad about people, but... there are probably a lot of devs on the Destiny team that actually like love the game extremely. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. They just really love the game, and they want to see the game do good. And they talk to the upper management. They say like, oh, this new feature might not be suitable for, you know, long-time Destiny players or whatever. Or maybe they say something like Destiny players will not like stuff like this. But then the upper management doesn't care because it's gonna generate more money, of course. But honestly, it's sad, man. Like, I want this game to not be mediocre. I want this game to be more than mid. Okay, I hate the term mid, but I'm using it myself, so I'm contributing to it myself. If anybody didn't like my talking, that's because I was playing live. Okay, all of the footage you see in the background is me playing live right now. I stutter a lot. I know. I'm not English. I'm not American. It's not my first language. I have to think when I speak. Okay, thank you very much for having some compassion for me. No, I don't use a script. I just have a lot of talking points on my other monitor, and I just yap. Okay, but I want to thank every single one of you because I really appreciate it. Don't forget, I have a bunch of videos on the older DLCs or older DLCs. Lightfall, Final Shape, Beyond Light. Wait, Beyond. Okay, Beyond Light is coming. Witch Queen as well. Okay, Shadowkeep, maybe. And don't forget, I'm a Destiny Glazer. Okay, I'm going to be playing Edge of Fate day 1. Okay, I will be there with fun gameplay. Probably, I'm not really good at the game, but still, you will want to be there and watch me specifically. Okay, don't watch Esther Cross or like any other Destiny person. Okay, that's, yeah, okay. Don't just watch me. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you for watching. Have a nice day.